Hello everybody. I have a couple early morning minutes to finally go look through this B6 Papertess Designs planner that I ordered back in October. It went through customs on October 14th and I have not opened the box. I literally just did it. In the past I have made sure that the item was actually in the box. This time I did not. So we are going to just go through this possibly as quick as possible. And I need to switch my watch. Does anybody else do this? On the mornings I have to get up especially early. I put my watch on the opposite hand or opposite wrist. So then I just know I can feel it. I'm more sensitive to feeling it. If it goes off, I'm super paranoid I'm gonna oversleep. Anyways, this is Papertess Designs. We are going to go over it and see how it looks because I would love to use it as a writing journal. Welcome to Share by Dabbles, where I go over all things paper that I love and enjoy, mostly with planners, also with creativity, markers, pens, love for people, and sharing it with all of you. I am your host, Share by. Let's get started. All right, so I have done one other Papertess unboxing before, and it was for the Papertess Designs Weeks, which is gorgeous and lovely. I encourage you to go take a look. I compare it to the Sterling Ink, which is the N2, very great notebook. Both of them are. Go check out the comparison between those two. And the box, whenever you get a Papertess, is fabulous. I mean, it's stamped with, it looks like a rose gold. It's probably just a gold, maybe compared to the cardboard it looks rose gold. It definitely does appear rose gold with Papertess Designs. The shipping it took a while. I think it took about 3 weeks for me to get this. So you open it up and you also have on the inside of the box another stamp with their hashtag Papertess Designs. It says share your packaging, Facebook and Instagram, and then we recommend using this box, and it has yarn and gifts and a little cat to play in. This box clearly is not, it's too thin to use for any of those things, but I appreciate the sentiments, except perhaps as a gift. Or maybe store markers in it if you don't ruin it like I did. This would be a great box for storing pens, markers, maybe even small thin washi if you leave it flat, or stickers, a box of just sheets of stickers. Yeah, that's what they should do. This would be a great sticker box, actually. Maybe put some contact paper or scrapbooking paper over top of it if you want it to look prettier. This is the tissue paper with their sticker reiterating their website. These flecks of lovely little gold and iridescent specks and confetti, they do come off, I've seen, but this one doesn't seem yeah, none have come off of this one yet. Maybe when you let it sit for about a month, that won't happen. And then we have the lovely pink shreds, like, you know, from a compact shredder. You always get a coupon for your next purchase to get 10% off, which I appreciate, and you know, it makes a great bookmark. Not happy with your order, please contact me. So you can put it in there, and it says, I am sure we will find a solution. I do like the use of I in these, you know, and I do believe, I think it's one person or two that work together. This one might be one. I can't recall. When I first ordered this, I had that kind of more top of mind. I think it is maybe just one woman. And I love that you know that, you know. I really appreciate when it says love Tess. So this is Tess. And I like where it says I can help you. I think that's nice. I got this book in Sage, and let me just see if I look at my invoice here. I got the B6, they call it Chapter 25, which just stands for 2025, the yearly notebook 2025 edition in the color Sage. And thank you for your business. And they're out of Germany, or she is out of Germany. This cost me a lot of money. It was, I think, close to $70 US. And that was before the new year, and I had to bought Christmas presents, and I, was definitely a little more, see, there's one of the specs, a little more brave in my purchasing. And I am glad I only have to buy it once a year. You can see the little flecks from the tissue paper on this right now. Let's open it up. Now I do have the week that I got the weekly from Papertess, and it was also in sage, and it's gorgeous. I have never had a B6 size notebook, at least as far as I know. So for comparison, this is the A5, the blank Hobonichi A5. So you can see, excuse me, I'm not used to talking so much this early in the morning. So you can see the difference in size there. Then we have the A6, and this is, first of all, this isn't a cover. Let me take it out. This is the Hobonichi A6 5-year Techo, and we'll use that to compare sizes. This is the embroidered gift set. You can see my Hobonichi unboxing haul if you'd like, where I got this. Much splurging had been done. So this is the A6 size. You can see it's smaller than the A5. And then this is actually, my voice is so weird. This is also an A6 size in a Leuchtturm, and you can see the drastic difference. So the height is the same for A6. The width is not, and that's the difference with this. If you're comparing to a Weeks, this is a Weeks. So this is it with the A6 underneath, clear difference in height. And then the Weeks with the B6, it is still a little bit, the Weeks is a little longer than the B6 notebook. And then I do also have an A5 Kinbor, which aligns pretty well with the Hobonichi A5. So you can still see that size comparison here. So the B6 is definitely in between an A5 and an A6. And I believe how it works is when you have an A5, I'm going to do a whole video about this. When you have an A5, the A6 is about half that size this way. B5 is kind of closer, I believe, to 8.5 and 11-ish. It's just larger. And a B5 is the same. When you do it this way, a B5 is going to be twice that. Does that make sense? So B6. And I got this size because I have plenty of A5s, and I do want to be able to write every day in it, and I thought that this might be a great compromise. I'm really excited to look at the layout of this. So it has the lovely gold foiling on the front, Chapter 25, the yearly notebook, B6 full year edition 2025. It does have information on the side. I personally think this might be too much information, but I appreciate that it is her planner. She can do whatever she wants. And it might be really cool for a lot of people to just have chapter 25, like chapters of your life. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I'll find out. I still think it looks great. It's beautiful. I love using the pipes to mark off each section of the description. So chapter 25 and then the pipe and the yearly notebook. I love the font. I love that it's all capital letters. The chapter is not. B6 full year edition 2025 by Papertess Designs. And then on the back again, Papertess Designs. So the cover feels amazing. It's very, very soft and smooth. It does feel like it might bend. Like if you really did a sharp bend, I think it would potentially bend. I think I might want to get a cover for this. When we open it up, we just have a blank end paper. I've never looked through this, by the way, except for what's available online. And an intro paper for this notebook belongs to. Now, it is the yearly notebook this notebook belongs to. I like that. Full year edition, turn the page, and now we have the index reference. If you notice right away down here, we have numbered pages. So even this intro page is considered in the numbering. So page 2 begins here in the index. That's very handy because otherwise I would not see the point of the index. If every page is numbered, it looks like it. Every single page is numbered. Glorious. That's going to be so great when I do my writing in this. Now, fortunately, there are 2 pages enough for indexing. And if I use maybe one line for each time I want to write something in here, because my plan for this notebook is writing prompts or even working on a particular project throughout the year. Fortunately, I still have a month to decide that. I do think I'm going to stick with maybe writing prompts and then see how it evolves. If one of those writing prompts really intrigues me, I'll carry it forward and maybe try to write a draft of something. I'm excited to have something like this. I typically just use blank notebooks. I did use my Hobonichi cousin for some writing prompts in 2024. And I just felt inspired when I was watching more videos. So this is fabulous. This is a yearly overview for the whole year. It can be used for tracking, for writing. I might use it for each week. Maybe note, how I did, how many words. I don't know if I want to count words in this. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just put what my prompts are throughout the month, but there's not enough space for that either. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for. Maybe if I do some writing prompts that I really love and would like to make stories out of them, I will write what those are here and make sure I go back to them. But of course, that's what the index could be for as well, although I like the idea of highlighting my favorites in this section. We'll see. It does note what number week of the year each week is. We have Monday through Sunday in italicized fonts here. And there is extra space right before, so if you did want to track something that you did each week, beginning and end of the week both have blank space around there that's available for that. I do think that tracking in that way can be really good. And then it has like a header line kind of divided here under the calendar. And it is gridded, so you do have gridding all throughout here. Same with this, it's all gridded. Excuse me, goodness, my croaky morning voice is so bizarre. So the 2025 yearly overview, I like this page as well. Still not sure how I would use this when it comes to writing, but if I were to type any of these things up and transcribe them, this could be a great word count. And then I could actually know and determine how many words I have written each month. Love that idea as well. If you were using this for something that's not a writing planner, I mean, the ideas are endless. I go over a lot of them. This could be even a tracker for your bills. This could be a tracker for your health, your workouts, your meditation, your steps. It could even be a very quick birthday. You just put the name of your friends. Although September 29th, we have like 30 friends who have birthdays on that day. It's kind of crazy. So definitely have a lot of options. And then check this out, a quarterly, quarter one and quarter two, another place to track some information and write some information down. This is going to be tough to use all these pages, but I will figure something out because I really enjoy doing that. This could be a way to just be inspired, maybe use different words. I do like using random words to create prompts. So I could pre-fill all of these out with random words using a random word generator, same here, and then combine the words for writing prompts later on. So the quarter pages do go from January to March, April to June, etc. for the 4 pages. I love this double margin at the top. I noticed that in the weeks that I had gotten from Papertess, and I just love it. It's so clean. It looks so fresh. Even down here where these are blank for the month, like these are just extra slots, there are 31 lines to accommodate all the months that have 31. But on the days where there aren't 31, she puts a little dash, to kind of note that these are not neglected. And it adds symmetry. It adds this, I don't know, I might be a little OCD, but it makes things just neat. And I like it. And the font is just really great. There, you can see them very well. They're dark enough. Again, all these pages are gridded. I love the all capital letters with this nice larger font up here for the headings. The size is nice. I'm excited to write in it. And look at this, another quarterly. This is fabulous. Now, if I were using this book for novel writing, this is a section where I would put what my goals are for that month, like maybe what scenes I want to work on in each month. I adore this. Look at this calendar. Look at this. Oh, this is really nice. I don't know having it in person, I like, this is the one of the notebooks that I ordered that I did not make a full plan for, except when we get to the meat and potatoes of it, which is the weeklies and dailies. These sorts of sections, I know I saw them, and I believe I had an idea in my head that these will just help me to really move forward and push forward in writing another book in 2025, because I haven't written one in 13 or 14 years. And I really enjoy doing it. I kind of call those years in between the meets of having my son and, getting a divorce and buying a house and living my life and, building a new social life. I don't know if you've ever gotten divorced, but you kind of have to build a new social life. And I've managed to do that very successfully. And I love the people that I have surrounded myself with, that I have chose to be my new family and my life. And they're beautiful. And I stepped away from getting into writing, and I actually found that sometimes writing made me more anxious. And I just want to focus on doing that again. I was good at it. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And I have been doing writing prompts all through 2024. I keep up with some journaling and writing, but I want to get back into the daily exercises. This sort of format, it will help push those goals forward, I think. This would be great for just some short planning, because when you break it down by the weeks or by even a month at a time, everything is more manageable. So one section, for instance, this can help you break it down by day. Like, okay, these are the things that another way to do scenes, for instance. I'm going to work on these bit by bit. And if you handle 4 or 5 of them at a time, fabulous. I mean, great, you did it. I just love it. I love it. You could even use these sorts of spreads for character details. Instead of each month, you could have a character and you write down different characteristics and traits for those characters. And then over here, you could write down the little things you're going to cover in each scene as you go through the month, which would line up with your quarterly breakdown here. What scenes are going to happen. Yeah, there are definitely ways you can use this for writing, and I really hope that I do. I really, really hope that I do. Then you have this in-between page. This could be just some brain mapping. We have monthly pages. Monthly pages are also a great way to maybe keep track of, like, I introduced a character here. I don't want to forget about that character. This could even be a timeline for your character. Say you're writing a book that takes place in these months, or you can relabel the months, and you could be like, this is when things are happening for my characters or my protagonists, and go through them there. I love that. I do. I mean, and if you're not into writing and you don't do the writing, there's a lot of space on the right, on the left here, for decoration, for additional tracking, for large monthly to-dos and tasks. There's even room at the bottom. This would be a great place to, showcase a washi. And in between each month, there is a blank spread. Oh, and check it out. The months are not, yes, that's why I liked this. These months are staggered. So you have 1 month here, then you have a blank page for the month, then you go into your weeks. And this is what I loved about this. So my idea was I would write the prompts here that I want to cover for the week. First prompt would go on this page. This to me is Monday. And then I would turn the page Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we're back to the next week. So 1 page a day for writing prompts or writing towards a story or a novel. And the space is perfect. Like, I will get something done. And even if I want to skip in and do my lyrics instead of, oh my gosh, my stomach was just growling. Even if I want to do my lyrics instead of writing prompts, I have space enough to do that. And look at how beautiful these are. Okay, so here's the whole month of January. It is a Monday start, Monday through Sunday. You have a great big gridded page here with the bolder double lines up top and one solidified at the bottom. And remember, every page is still numbered. Gorgeous. I love that they're all numbered. And then we have the month guide on the top here, tabbed. We have a blank space at the top. And I will double check that is the same for each. This could be a larger task list. This could be, for me, I might do a theme of writing prompts. Maybe I want to really work on my scene detail in these writing prompts. Maybe I want to work on my dialogue in these writing prompts. It could be characteristics, personifying objects, playing with metaphors or analogies. It could be, dump out all the cliches that you never want to use, different exercises like that, and write the different prompts here. This could be a catch-all for things I liked, things I didn't like, what worked, what doesn't work, what should I work on and continue working on. And then each page is the prompt. That's my goal in this, and I think it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Up here, we have December, even though there's only 2 days, so appreciate, right? December 2024 and January 2025, clearly marked on the top with the indicator for the month. You would have each day here. You could put your daily pages here. It could be a week of journaling. It could be a scrapbook. You just put a picture on each page and write about it. And then we go into week 2, again, the blank space at the top, marked by January. It does not say which days in January, but you obviously can see those here. And again, and that just continues on. So when we get to the next month, let's see what so this is about the amount of pages. So we go from page 24 to, where is the month spread for February? 24 to 68, 67, so 43 pages, roughly 43 pages for each month. Obviously, February will be a little bit shorter, I think. So when you get to you see where it goes into February on Saturday and Sunday, it will mark January, February for this week. So this is like the transition week. Also notes the number week in the year up at the top here with a nice little pipe right next to it. I just love the use of pipes and dots. Gorgeously laid out. I mean, I was a typographer for a little while and have done some graphic art and InDesign work at various places, and this just pleases me. And right now I build emails as my job, and I like to use these very simple elements. So very lovely, very, very lovely. And then when we get to the end of the week, so again, we went to January, February, now we're into February. And I believe that that's just how it goes throughout the book. And when you get to, let's see, we're still getting numbered pages. And, in some ways I wish these lined up with the day of the year, but I'm kind of glad that it doesn't because I want to use every page exactly how we should. Note also on this month, for instance, I didn't notice that on, oh, it must just be for the monthly pages. Let me just confirm. Yes. So they put the numerical value for the month as well as writing the month out. I didn't point that out before, but it looks great. I love the font that is used, the sans serif font. And it's funny, it looks like it's different. Yes, it's a different font than what they use for the text when you write out the month, but it looks like it's the same font for the days of the week. So different fonts, but still very nice, very classy. This is very desk pad, inkwell, walnut drawers kind of classy. Does that make sense? It's like a very den-like style. This is how it lays out. It lays out beautifully. It's very heavy, solid. The pages feel soft and lovely. It feels great. The paper feels really nice. I believe this is also a Tomoe River paper. I believe it's supposed to be the same as like what is in the Hobonichi planners. So let's go through the months. We are in December now. Here's almost the last week, week 52, Sunday the 28th. And let's turn the page through the week. And it does give you the week into January. And see, it just stays at December. It doesn't say December, January. It just stays at December now, and it does note week 1 for January, which starts midweek. And just to confirm, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we are into our index pages. There is no indication given that you are about to enter the index phase, or not the index, the end pages, your blank notes page, our section. So we have 496 here. That would be the official start to 600. So you have just over 100 pages to work with that are blank. This will come in real handy if like the writing prompts go over and you want to expand on it, or you want to do some charting, some brain mapping, some you know, mind bubble work. Maybe some plotting out, some trying things on, just some random notes. This end paper, are these? No. For a moment there, I thought they were perforated at the very end. It's just the glue on this one made me think that. And then the way that the page flipped. I love that every page is numbered. I think that is just gorgeous. And then you go right back into plain end papers with Papertess designs on the back. This is a lovely little notebook. I love how it falls. So let's do some little pen tapes here. And let's just do Sure Buy and Papertess. And what kind of pen is this? This is a Pilot. Pilot G2. And it's a 7mm. All right. So definitely not going to use this pen when I use the book. So it's very close to bleeding through. That is definitely wet ghosting. This is a wet pen. This is a very wet pen. It is a gel pen. Let's see. I have this other gel pen here. Oh yes, and a lot of people use these Sarasa zebra pens. So hopefully I have some here that will satisfy. So let's do Sure Buy and Papertess. Sarasa, this is the 0.5. Oh, look at that, I did 0.07. That's okay, nobody cares. I like these for my Zentangles and doodles and my line drawings. If you go through my shorts, you'll see when I was doing a sketch a day, and I would use these and the Sigma. Marabou fine liner. All right, everybody. So let's turn the page. All right, remarkably, that Jelly Roll pen, it did not bleed through at all, and it bleeds through in the Hobonichi. It may be close. Like, I was writing sort of quickly. Let's do something like this. A little heart. It's close to bleeding through, but not as close as the, what was that? The Pilot G2 at the top. Everything else, everything is regular ghosting, you guys. I mean, this is, here's my hand behind it. Could also use this behind it. Well, I mean, it's white, you know, like what do you need that for? But it is perfectly, like, you know, the white makes it stand out more, but this is normal ghosting to me. The only one that is close to bleeding through is when I colored using the gel pen for that heart and just plain writing with this Pilot G2. Now, sometimes I like a little bleed through. I think it looks cool. I think it makes a page feel cool. Writing with a regular Bic, I like how the backside feels. Look at that. I could even tell. I could tell just by feeling this is the Bic right here, and you can feel the indentation of it. One of my most favorite feelings about paper is feeling the pen through both sides of it. It's amazing. I love it. All right, it's a little bit later. I got my Tombos. All right, I grabbed my Stapler markers as well. And I know people love their mild liners. All right, so let's add a little bit more to this real quick. Let's see how these tombos and everything took, huh? Not bad, everybody, not bad. Now, coloring in, they do start to bleed through. Even when I went on the lighter touch at the top here, they do start to bleed through. But for the most part, these highlighters bled through, the pink and the orange highlighters, this orange and this pink. The orange, I think I went over twice maybe, and the pink at the very end, you know, where the ink collects in pools, that went through. The Fudenosuke is dark, but still great, not terrible. It is darker than the rest, just a little bit. And this other one, the Zig Writer, very dark. That's bordering on bleeding through. Is there anything between? Nope, that's just a blank space. The mild liners are beautiful. Can barely see them. In fact, all of these you can barely see. And then at the top here, that Pilot G2 still kind of sucks. The Sharpie gel, kind of close. That I wouldn't write regularly with that in this either. That's very bordering on bleed through, not ghosting. But these other two up top are beautiful. You can't see through at all. So yeah, there you go. I do love this jelly roll, man. It like is really shiny. I bought this desk mat to just kind of have a background because my table was starting to look, I don't know, when I was making thumbnails, it was complicated and I was having a hard time creating my thumbnails using that background. And so I had a little bit of coffee left. I just got blue. And now I'm thinking maybe I should have gotten a lighter color. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think this looks beautiful. I mean the notebook. I still don't know about the blue, and maybe it's because I have the green right next to it. You can see some green comparison colors if you wanted to get an idea. Here's another shade like idea. And I love the feeling of this also. So this is my B6 full year edition Papertess. I think of all of the notebooks I'm going to be diving into this year, aside from in 2025, aside from the 5-year, which I also am thinking I'm going to make just a story. I think I'm just going to write some lines and just carry it through and use them for either stories or lyrics. I haven't quite decided because I have a brain dump book that I use, which is just a regular A6, and that feels, I don't know, I haven't decided. But of all of the planners that I have for 2025, of which there are many because I adore paper and I just want to use it all and I will find reasons, I am most excited about this one, probably because I got it to answer to my own passion, you know, one that I have had since I was very young, 10, 12 years old. Writing has always been the thing that I wanted to really do. And I feel like all of that is coming back for me, that I feel a little bit more, what should I say, less judgy about how I'm going to do it, less perfectionist about how I'm going to approach it, and more, I just really want to do it, so I'm going to do it. I did that once 13 years ago when I wrote my book, Knitwitch, and it was not the best book. I should have spent more time with it, but I couldn't. I did it because I just wanted to. And I put it out there, and some people really like it, and I really like it. Unfortunately, I did not finish writing the rest of the books that go with it. I hope to do that. That was my big plan for this. Now I am concerned that that plan is going to keep me from writing. So I have to go into this with something fresh. It's almost like the 13 years have built up a lot of pressure, but eventually I would like to write just some little cozy knitting witch mystery books, just like what Knitwitch was, and just make them cozy and relaxing. I just have to finish that main story, and it might take a backdrop when I write the second and third ones, who knows? But I'm excited that this is going to get me closer than I have been in the last decade. And even if it's just daily prompts and I go into something totally wild and it ends up being a horror story, I don't care. At least I'm writing. That's my thing. I think this book is glorious. I think it's beautiful. It is beautifully done. I mean, really, really beautifully done. Just like the Papertess weeks. Just gorgeous. And It's going to be interesting in 2026 because after seeing 2 of these now, I got to see how it handles watercolor, because let's see if Hobonichi keeps me in 2026, huh? That would be interesting, won't it? Hopefully my next video will be either the Kinbor A5 that I showed you earlier, or it will be the unboxing of the Happy Planners. Either way, if you see this video 3 years later in 2028, let me know what I did. I'll chuckle along with you. Have a great day, everybody, and thanks for being here. Peace out, home skillets.